So just had to roll them dice and do the right thing and bet on myself.
It was time to get out, huh?
Time to get out.
I know, man.
Dead or in jail, so you just get away from all of that. And
a couple of Maybachs, then some Rolls Royces, then some watches, buildings, and more.
How about that? Buildings, not
wait,
even
he
like...
bought himself, so you ain't, what do you get you? Like as a friend or something?
Every gift is important to me. Every gift is important.
In a shocking twist that sent tremors through the boxing world, Floyd Mayweather finds himself at the center of a jaw-dropping $402 million scam scandal, sparking outrage, disbelief, and deep concern about his financial empire. As the headlines exploded, all eyes turned to Leonard Ellerbe, Mayweather's longtime friend and former business partner, for answers. Now, Ellerby has finally broken his silence, and what he said has only added fuel to the fire. With fans and critics alike demanding the truth, the fallout from this revelation could change the legacy of Money Mayweather forever. Floyd Mayweather's empire, once seen as untouchable, now stands at a critical crossroads. The $402 million scandal, questionable real estate deals, and explosive claims from Leonard Ellerbe and others have not only shaken the foundation of Mayweather Promotions, but also cast a long shadow over Mayweather's carefully curated image of untold wealth and success. Despite his defiant displays of luxury, mounting accusations of unpaid dues, financial mismanagement, and inflated earnings paint a far more troubling picture. Whether this is the beginning of a true downfall or just another chapter in Mayweather's drama-filled legacy remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the money man's aura of invincibility is rapidly fading.
Might be leaving Mayweather Promotions. Is there any truth to any of that?
No.
That's a resounding no.
So about a week after Leonard Ellerbe said that he was not leaving Mayweather Promotions, Floyd posted that he has stepped down from the company. About a week ago, Blue Blood Sports said the fact that Ellerbe was working with Tank and he's with Floyd is going to bring some type of conflict of interest, and he might as well step down from Mayweather Promotions. Something's gotta give. Well, something gave. Floyd moved on with Richard Schaefer, who, was previously with Golden Boy Promotions, a guy with like over 40 years of experience. I'm guessing Leonard is going to keep working with Tank, but y'all already know what it is, my peoples. Box Center, your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show. Peace.
Nearing the age of 50, Floyd Mayweather continues to flood social media with images of his lavish lifestyle. From private jets to diamond-studded watches, he proudly showcases every luxury he owns. But critics say this obsession with flaunting wealth is precisely what's pushing him toward financial collapse. Many argue that his constant need to display extravagance is unsustainable and could ultimately lead him to go broke.
It kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old and feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best. Especially black people try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angelique started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50.
Floyd Mayweather's much-publicized $402 million real estate investment in over 60 Upper Manhattan buildings has come under scrutiny. While Mayweather claimed full ownership of the properties, reports indicate that he may have only acquired a minority stake with no official transfer of ownership recorded. This discrepancy raises questions about the actual extent of his involvement and the transparency of the deal.
There's a flex happening with Floyd Mayweather that we were all cheering and congratulating him from, but we might need to put a pin in that as some evidence comes forward that things may not be how they seem. So a couple weeks back, I talked about it here on the show. Floyd Mayweather said he dropped $402 million on 62 Manhattan rental buildings. But Business Insider went and did the research. They did their Googles, and they said they couldn't find any receipts that this is true. There were no deed transfers, no public records, nothing. They made some phone calls to owners, and they could not find any information regarding this transaction. Floyd has gone on interviews and discussed it. Of course, 50 Cent dropped in with his troll thing and put the interview up and the information about it and said he bought them in his imagination. Same place he read all those Harry Potter books, because 50 gone 50. My question is, Does Floyd, was he swindled in some sort of business deal?
Additionally, the properties, many of which are rent stabilized, face challenges in generating the anticipated returns, further highlighting potential missteps in Mayweather's investment strategy.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. And on a point like this, because all of them, we're in New York City right now, we're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
He's collecting rent, hustlers. You know how much rent that is? And guess what? I don't know his paperwork, but obviously if you spent that much in real estate, it looks like he spent it in one shot, but even if he didn't, but usually he did. And if he dealt with the same person, you get a deal, right? So through these deals, he's making money. It's definitely an income situation. They're all apartments. It's not a commercial building. They're all apartment buildings, which are commercial, but they're apartments. So guess what? $402 million in real estate. Hey, he's $500 million in real estate just off apartment.
In addition to this deal, Mayweather has made other significant investments in the real estate sector. He has invested in a $10 billion office portfolio managed by 601 companies, which includes properties like the Aon Center and the old post office building in Chicago. These moves reflect Mayweather's commitment to building a diverse and impactful real estate empire. Leonard Ellerbe, a longtime associate of Floyd Mayweather and former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, has been closely involved in the business side of boxing. However, recent developments have cast a shadow over his and Mayweather's financial practices.
Floyd that basically gave him $1 million, came out to Vegas, and they had a whole backstory to that. And I'm pretty sure Leonard was around seeing all that. And what you're saying doesn't sound far-fetched. And I'm not agreeing with you just to agree with you, but like the champ may be hurt just because like you a human being, you could whoop ass, but you're still a human being, right? Mm-hmm. You may be hurt that you missed a moment. I've also seen guys where, you know, they moment passed and you try to hold on to things and that becomes an element of it. But then also it's just not a Leonard Ellerbe thing. There's a lot of people who may be in position around a Floyd Mayweather, but whatever deal they agreed to at the time didn't allow them to get all the money that they probably could have earned, right? And so he probably sees the infrastructure that Tank doesn't have in the relationship, and he's not saying, hey man, it ain't fuck you, champ.
Ellerby revealed that Gervonta Tank Davis, a prominent fighter under their banner, allegedly did not receive a significant payment amounting to $33 million. This revelation has raised serious concerns about the financial ethics within Mayweather Promotions and the treatment of its fighters. The fallout from this disclosure has been swift, with Davis publicly criticizing Mayweather's business acumen and suggesting that he may have been financially mismanaged.
Gervonta Davis, but I seen recently that he's actually looking to leave. So how does that relationship work? How does that work as far as, you know, grooming somebody, getting them to a point, and then having some differences?
I've always been a gentleman. I've always been respectful, and there's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You know, you meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great. And if he feels like, you know, he's grew wings where he can fly, become his own boss, more power to him.
Mayweather, founded by the legendary Floyd Mayweather Jr., has been a powerhouse in the boxing business. Under Ellerby's leadership, the company flourished, orchestrating some of the most lucrative and high-profile fights in recent memory. From the record-breaking Mayweather vs. Pacquiao clash or the thrilling Mayweather vs. McGregor showdown, the promotional juggernaut consistently delivered blockbuster events.
17-0 in 12-round fights.
Like he tried to get Pacquiao out of here.
Exactly. He entered the ring. He didn't get off to his fastest start. Hits him into the corner.
Less using the jab as a not more than a rangefinder because it landed to land that's the ropes. He wheels off those.
With a sense in his mind that he wants to do, he can do.
Mayweather, because they felt that he was the obstacle to getting the fight made.
He couldn't fight as he did against Margarito, a much slower opponent.
Came in not really as up on point like Floyd was, and he got a way different outcome.
Without the tactical ammunition to open up Mayweather. And in Grand Rapids, Las Vegas.
I want to talk to you about your fight with Conor McGregor.
He's the Caucasian Floyd Mayweather. You know, he's a knockoff version, but
It's a great goddamn comparison right there.
Yeah.
It may be the funniest thing I've ever.
yeah, he's a hell of a knockoff version.
There has to be a level of respect now after that, because after
Yeah,
the fight,
I take my hat off to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he a dog.
The best moment for me was after that fight when you guys hugged after the fight and he was like, I'm mad that they stopped it. You should have just put me down. He said, I didn't have no legs.
I mean, I want the man to have a career after me.
Yeah.
It sounded good when the fight was over.
Yeah.
You know, when I was digging off in his ass, he was like, you know.
What is the conversation about you going into the octagon? Is that a real conversation?
Anything is possible. I can go get a deal right now from the UFC. Probably $4-5 billion deal if that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Ellerby's tenure was marked by strategic partnerships, savvy marketing, and a keen eye for talent. He played a pivotal role in shaping the careers of fighters like Gervonta Davis, who rose from relative obscurity to become a pay-per-view sensation. Davis, known for his explosive power and charisma, didn't mince words after Leonard Ellerbe's departure from Mayweather Promotions.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Canelo Alvarez's fight with Floyd Mayweather in 2013 left a lasting impact on his career. Despite losing to Mayweather, Canelo considers it a valuable learning experience. He said, "I've always said that I don't take it as a defeat. I take it as a big learning curve in my career. The biggest lesson I learned was that I didn't want to feel what you feel when you lose." Since then, he has gone on to achieve remarkable success. Becoming a world champion in 4 divisions, it's a testament to his resilience and determination. However, despite the controversies, everything was going well for Mayweather Promotions until Leonard Ellerbe announced his resignation. Social media buzzed with speculation.
Hi there and welcome to Jam's Boxing Chat. This is just a quick one that the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe, has left his role with immediate effect. He's been replaced by Richard Schaefer. God knows what's going on in the Mayweather camp, but I'm sure we'll find out soon.
The cryptic Instagram post merely stated that Ellerbe was stepping down, leaving fans hungry for answers. The timing couldn't have been worse. Mayweather Promotions had just inked a groundbreaking TV deal with Amazon Prime Video, aiming to expand its reach globally. Floyd's history is littered with scandals, particularly concerning financial matters. One notable incident involved him allegedly scamming people or failing to pay taxes on earnings. There was even an incident where he was reportedly held hostage in Dubai for failing to pay for luxurious jewelry. These actions have only added to the growing skepticism about his business practices and personal integrity.
Well, it turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Public perception of Floyd's financial practices continues to be tainted by his past actions. Despite his claims of being a successful businessman, many see him as someone who prioritizes short-term gains over long-term stability. His financial moves, especially those involving friends, partners, and fans, suggest that Mayweather's wealth may be more about spectacle than solid financial strategy.
50, aka Ferrari F50. So 50's obviously going to take any chance that he can to troll Floyd Mayweather, and I don't know how accurate or true this is. 50 said it was true and then removed it off his Instagram like he sometimes does. He'll chime in on things and then remove it. But luckily for me, I know that he does that, so I screenshot everything that he posts, just because, he'll remove it and then it's hard to find it. I'm like, damn, it was up there. So just for like podcasts and just research purposes, I always screenshot them, have it on my phone. That way, if it's removed, it's like, hey, he did post this. So what am I talking about? Let's go over this. 50 Cent has weighed in on a shocking claim in the ongoing spat between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, saying he believes a belief that has allowed him to get in some digs of his own.
Floyd Mayweather didn't just spend recklessly, he allegedly made money through dubious promotions and scams. He's been accused of taking money from fans for events or merchandise that never materialized.
I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist.
NFT world, guess what?
Guess
It's about
what?
to drop. And of course, I'm the money man. But guess what?
Sure are.
We're not done yet.
We aren't?
They told me
There's more
we're not
scamming to be
yet,
done.
and it's not over.
My God.
Autograph gloves.
Oh my God. That's incredible. 2,000 people that invest in his NFT project get a chance to win autographed gloves. It's crazy. But you might be asking, did he actually follow through on his promises and deliver these gloves? Of course he f***ing didn't.
Money May, you all know the rest.
Money May, you all know the rest. You just got scammed again.
Further scrutiny reveals that Mayweather's actual earnings are significantly lower than his claims. For instance, his earnings from certain fights were closer to $60 million, not the $350 million he often boasts about. This pattern of exaggeration raises concerns about the authenticity of his wealth and suggests a facade maintained to uphold his public persona.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
This pattern of acquiring goods without settling dues indicates a reckless approach to money management. Living a lifestyle predicated on credit and delayed payments is a precarious path that can lead to financial ruin, regardless of past earnings.
The Tank's come out with a bit of a mad statement, and he said that Floyd Mayweather has been held captive in Dubai because he owes people money and he can't pay them, or won't pay them, one or the other. Before I carry on, please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Now for me, the idea that one of the richest men in the world cannot pay somebody in Dubai is a bit mad. However, Tank Davis has come out and said ask Floyd to go live right now, and he can't. Which is a fair point, and knowing how Mayweather's ego is, if it was possible for him to go live, he would be responding to this straight off the bat. Now that being said, it wasn't that long ago since we saw that video call between him and Bill Haney on the internet. So whether this is true or not, I do not know. It could just be Tank throwing shots at Floyd Mayweather, because I know that relationship has been a little bit ropey in the last few years. But you never know, especially with somebody like Mayweather, who sometimes comes across with a bit of a god complex. Maybe he's just tried screwing the wrong people. But let me know what you guys think to this. Do you think that Floyd Mayweather is being held captive in Dubai? Or do you think this is just Tank Davis stirring up some stuff? Let me know in the comments. As always, a like, a favourite, save a share, all appreciated. Please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Peace out.
Despite these claims, Mayweather continues to showcase his wealth through extravagant purchases, such as a $1.13 million Super Bowl suite, and asserts his financial stability.
What? And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends.
Your job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point.
I can make
back?
I can make $200 million in 18 months because I want to. Because I want to come back and steal some more money. Is that okay with you?
However, these revelations have sparked a media firestorm and ignited fierce public debate. Fans and critics alike are questioning whether Mayweather's empire was ever as rock solid as it appeared, or if it was always built on smoke, mirrors, and spectacle. The accusations of scams, unpaid taxes, defaulted luxury purchases, and the alleged withholding of funds from fighters all point to a pattern of financial mismanagement masked by flamboyant displays of wealth. Mayweather's consistent flaunting of private jets, diamond watches, and million-dollar purchases on social media has now taken on a different tone, less about success and more about insecurity and overcompensation. Moreover, Mayweather's past is littered with warning signs, rumors of being held in Dubai over unpaid jewelry, public feuds with business associates, and failed ventures that left fans and partners empty-handed. His repeated tendency to prioritize short-term gains and flashy optics over sustainable growth and transparency may finally be catching up to him. The gap between perception and reality has never felt more evident. What do you think about Ellerby's response? Do you believe Mayweather's empire is finally crumbling? Or is this just another media frenzy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.